Alright guys, Baselworld is around the corner and I wanted to rhyme off some Rolex predictions. That's what everyone's here for. So I'm just going to talk about the professional models. One thing I'll say is there's a lot of wants that people have, including myself. And then there's actual predictions. And I would say at the end of the day, like Rolex is super unpredictable. So no matter what anyone says, you really just don't know. Like they're so good at keeping secrets. Although last year there was a leak a day before Baselworld, so besides that, Rolex is really good at keeping secrets and surprising us. And at the end of the day, who cares what comes out? Whatever they come out with, everyone's gonna love and everybody's gonna want. I think there are going to be some surprises in terms of discontinuations, which are going to make some less desirable models instant classics and collectibles. And that one being the Milgauss. I think it's kind of a quirky watch. It's got that lightning bolt hand. It's been in production for a while now, so I think that will be a classic. They're going to get rid of it. 100% I think they are going to introduce a new Submariner. I just even said that we don't know what they're going to do, but now I'm saying 100% the sub is gone. But I think it's overdue. The new professional models have new movements, better power reserve, and the sub has to be the next on the chopping block. And so I don't think they're going to change the case size very much. It's going to stay at 40 mils. I don't think the lugs are coming down. They might trim them by like less than a millimeter, just like the GMT is. Apparently there's like a very, very slight difference between the new GMTs and the current subs in terms of the case thickness and the way the lugs are shaped. They're both kind of maxi type lugs, but the GMT is apparently a little bit slimmer. So the sub might be going that route. Let's move on to the Air King. This is a watch that I really want to love, and I really hope they switch it up, but they're not going to do it this year. It's fairly new. I wish they went back to like the more traditional Air King design, a much smaller dial, a more clean dial, and so that watch is not going anywhere, but I wish they were switching it up. Back to the Submariner, the other reason why I think it's coming off the production line is because I was offered one quite easily, and so perhaps they're trying to get rid of inventory before they have to melt down those precious watches. Moving on, the 42 millimeter Explorer. I don't think there's a change there. It's sort of the sweet spot in terms of watch trends. It's big. It's got a 24-hour GMT hand. It's got a solid bracelet. Like it just hits all the mark of what people want today. A big watch, a GMT hand, and so I don't think they need to update that one. 42 mils is way too big for me, but I feel like everyone's making 42 mil watches as a new standard size. So that one's not going anywhere. The GMT Master 2, people are saying that the Coke version of the GMT Master with the Jubilee bracelet is coming out, but I don't think they're gonna release that one quite yet. That's a heavy hitter, I would say, and they can save it up for other years. I think the Submariner is gonna be the new heavy hitter, and it might even come in a new dial, perhaps the blue dial. So no change for the GMT Master 2. Daytona, Sea Dweller, and Yacht Master, also no changes. And then new Datejust and Presidents, perhaps. Last year the Datejust and Presidents were updated. Actually one of my favorite models were the Datejust that were released. It's got a new dial. I think it was without the train track dial. It was much more clean. And the Jubilee end links, which were much more refined. It was a much better looking watch, I thought. Even though they did get rid of the Infinity Jubilee bracelet that did have a clasp on it. That was kind of like the downside, but it probably does make for a better bracelet. I think that was actually my favorite watch that came out last year. And so that's kind of my prediction. Pretty boring, but let's see what happens. I'm just gonna record this, throw it out there into the universe, and see if my predictions come true. If you have any predictions, post them down below. After Baselworld, I'm gonna go back to these comments and see who was right. And so we'll see you guys in the next video.